We are meant to call from out of the past stories, strange and weird.
Tales of mystery and terror by radio's masters of the macabre.
Stories of the supernatural, the supernormal, dramatizing our fantasy, the mystery, the unknown. We tell you this frankly, so if you wish to avoid the excitement and tension of these imaginary plays, we urge you calmly, sincerely, to turn off your radio now.
This is The Horror, old-time radio horror stories brought to you every Saturday by RelicRadio.com. We're going to hear from Theater 5 this week, a series that aired over ABC stations from 1964 through 1965, aired Monday through Friday at 5 p.m., produced over 200 episodes. Our story today is from November 26th, 1964. It's titled The Neighbor.
How long am I supposed to wait?
I'm trying to get your husband, Mrs. Powell.
Where is he?
Well, I told you he's tied up in
This is an emergency, don't you understand?
Well, I'm not supposed to disturb him.
What's your name? I want your name.
But Mr. Powell told me...
I don't care what he said, you little fool. This is an emergency.
Would you care to leave a message?
There's no time.
Well, the meeting should be over soon.
Listen to me, you teenage idiot. If my husband isn't... If he doesn't come to the phone now, both of you will be responsible for...
Mrs. Powell? Mrs. Powell? Please answer me.
Theater 5 presents The Neighbor.
Take this.
No, I'm all right.
It's a beautiful capsule. Lovely orange and gray.
I don't need it.
Now, the doctor said, come on, Edna.
Maybe after I tell you...
No takey, no listen.
Oh, give it here.
Good girl. Comfy now?
Oh, cut it out, David.
Huh? What'd I do?
That tone, I don't like it. I'm not a child.
Sorry.
I want you to fire that switchboard operator.
Miss Marshall was just carrying out my orders.
She's a moron.
Tell me why you fainted.
Don't the subject.
All right, then don't tell me.
Look, why did it take you so long to get here?
Long? I took a cab just as soon as the doctor called me.
How was it that he could reach you and I couldn't?
Because the meeting was over by then. Oh. Edna, you're the one who insisted we move out here. It had to be Glenville, remember? It's not my fault that this exclusive community is more than 2 hours from the office.
You don't have to beat that story to death. We ought to move.
I know my hearing's been affected. Leeville?
Not to the city. Another house. Maybe in the north section.
Until now, this house, this neighborhood, your friends, the very ultimate, and now you...
I'm frightened.
Of what? A chipmunk?
We have a new neighbor.
Oh, now I see. He's a ditch digger.
Oh, you can be nauseating without even trying.
I break up an important day. The cab cost me $15. Find that my wife has fainted, is scared silly, wants to leave her dream house because some kook was crazy enough to buy that old monstrosity next door. Oh, come on, Edna.
Look, why should a bachelor buy a house with more than 20 rooms?
How do you know he's a bachelor?
He's alone.
Did it ever occur to you that his family may arrive later?
He's not married.
Did you ask him?
No.
Have you ever met the man?
I saw him.
Well, you didn't meet him, talk to him?
Oh, I wouldn't ever. As he walked up, he turned his face my way. David.
Hey, I'm listening. Relax and tell me.
He doesn't have a face. Oh, let's go back.
I thought we had all this settled. There's only one way to run this thing down. We call on our new neighbor, introduce ourselves, welcome him to Glenville.
David, my hand, you're squeezing it. It hurts.
I just want to make certain that you're with me when we get to the door.
I want to go home.
You must learn to be neighborly, Edna. His wife may be another sterling recruit for your multi-weekly teas, which reminds me, my dear, must you buy those exotic teas reeking with perfume?
Here we are. You go in. I'll wait here.
No, not on your life. Say, he's got a name card up here, buddy.
Oh. Alexander Naaman. Sounds foreign.
If it isn't Smith, Brown, or Jones, it's foreign.
Oh, you know everything, don't you? What about that? It's as though every light is on in the house.
Oh, so what?
You may not have noticed, but it's a bright, sunny day.
Oh, it's normal when you buy a house to test all the lights.
But you don't leave them on.
Well, money may not mean anything to the Naamans. You could use lipstick, dear.
I don't like this.
I've heard that before.
Maybe he went out.
It's a big house. Besides, the lights are on. He's around.
I've got to get dinner started.
You stay right here.
You try.
He must be here. You may be right at that, Edna. See, the garage is empty.
I don't think he has a car.
Well, he must have.
He was walking when he came.
Nobody walks anymore. Besides, the dynamic suburb of Glenville's only food store is at least 3 miles away. I can imagine a suburbanite walking 6 miles for a jar of caviar.
David?
Huh? I see him. Near the second floor window. Oh, Mr. Naaman, open up. We're the Powells from next door.
He moved away.
Probably coming down to open the door.
Did you see his face?
Yeah, well, no, not really. Sort of a shadow, that's all.
Do you hear anyone coming?
No, not yet.
He won't. I know he won't.
Well, he saw us.
I'm going.
No.
I don't want to meet him. My skin is crawling already. David, for once, don't be the brave husband.
But I'd like to nail this thing down to prove to you that he...
You've already earned a medal.
Edna, it just hit me.
Hmm?
Oh, no, I'm beginning to sound like you.
What are you staring at?
The nameplate.
Alexander Naaman.
The last name. Naaman. Say it in reverse.
What are you talking about?
Say it.
No man. No man. Alexander. No man. Did you lock all the doors?
All except one. I'd hate to think of some poor derelict shivering outside all night. It's only decent to leave a door open so that he
I
could...
see. We're back to normal again.
That thing with the last name. Only coincidence, Edna. What else could it be?
Look out there. At his house.
Well, lit up like he's throwing a party. Every light in the place is...
David.
Well, haven't you ever heard a dog wail?
Not like this.
I'm staying home tomorrow so that I can prove to you how silly this...
Dogs know. They sense danger.
Oh, for crying out loud, Edna.
Don't you feel it?
Oh, come to bed. Come on.
I won't be able to sleep. David.
Yeah?
Call the police.
Oh, don't be silly.
Call, please.
Use earplugs. You have them.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it anymore, please.
Here. Now. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just your imagination. Now, who knows why the dogs are making like banshees tonight? They're dogs, not people. Look, take this pill and get some sleep, huh?
Sleep? Sleep? David, where are you?
In the den.
Did you have any breakfast?
Hours ago. How do you feel?
I guess that pill was what I needed. I haven't slept so soundly in months.
Good.
And the house is still...
I've been watching from here. Every light is burning.
Mm-hmm.
Edna, whose boxer is that? See him? On the Naaman's lawn.
How would I know? Seems like everyone's got one.
Well, this one has a white patch on his face.
Are you sure?
Well, look for yourself.
Oh, then it's the Kronheims. I remember them boasting about that.
The door's opening.
Oh, he's coming out. That dog is running right up to... dog.
But he didn't do anything. No gun, nothing. The dog just stopped and rolled over.
Now do you believe me? Am I still the over-imaginative housewife with too much time on her hands?
Where are you going?
To do what you should have done yesterday. Call the police.
I don't know what to say.
Incredible. They're stupid.
You know what they said?
No crime's been committed. A dog drops dead, so what?
And not a mark on him. All we really have is a feeling, nothing really much to go on. But
There's a, whatever it is, living right next door to us, and you just...
I'll get it. Hi. Oh, come on in, Herb. It's Herb Kronheim, dear.
I thought you both ought to know. I took Sterling over to the vet.
Sterling?
Yeah, that's what we called him.
Their dog.
Oh.
There was no sign.
What do you mean?
Just that. Autopsy revealed nothing. The vet says it happens that way sometimes. Apparently healthy dog, and poof.
That thing next door isn't human.
Edna.
He doesn't eat and he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, she's not herself, Herb.
Don't say that. Don't ever say that. You know he's a monster.
Have you met him, Dave?
Well, we tried, but, he wouldn't let us in.
Sociable, he's not.
Is he even human?
Oh, you're not serious.
So who do you know who doesn't sleep or eat? Tell me.
Well, he must.
Oh, of course.
No car. How does he get his food? Answer me that.
Middleton doesn't deliver, does he?
Yeah, that's his policy.
And he hasn't left the place since he came.
Well, he could have walked.
I've been watching. He hasn't been outside.
Edna's imagination is working overtime.
Oh, do I imagine the lights?
Yeah, we've noticed that, too.
What's the matter with you two? There's a reasonable explanation for all this.
Well, like what?
Well, I don't know.
Well, that solves everything.
All right, so he's eccentric just because he's a little different.
Different?
Well, does that make him a menace? Use your heads.
And the food?
That's nonsense.
Edna says that he's
And you
not...
believe her? The next thing she'll be seeing is flying saucers landing on Naaman's roof.
Herb, I beg you, see the police. Tell them what's going on.
What's going on, for heaven's sake?
Dave's right, Edna. They'd laugh me right out of town if I told them we've got a neighbor who doesn't eat or... Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, there is a way to lay this whole business to rest. So simple.
I'm listening.
We'll go out to Middleton's.
I'll call him.
Oh, he has no phone.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't believe in the 20th century.
Well, I'm coming along.
No, you're staying right here. You keep watching it. Don't. I want to know how many pink flying saucers arrive. As I live and breathe, 2 live ones, and then yet. What's the deal, gentlemen? Your wives on strike?
Now I know why he left Madison Avenue, or why it left him.
You have me at a disadvantage, gentlemen. You are customers, I hope. And you're always right. We're not buying. We're just asking for a little information. Oh, what dialogue. Your TV set's getting too much use.
Business good?
If it gets any better, I'll be a millionaire. And then I'll have to advertise, which means the gray flannel set will besiege me with glorious presentations and noxious ideas and sparkling slogans like, Meet me at Middleton's or MMMMM.
I know I'm a sucker for asking, but what does that stand for?
Well, I haven't figured it out yet, but it could be Middleton's. Shouldn't we get to it, Dave? Fire away.
It's about Naaman.
Lives right across from you boys, doesn't he? You know him? Where you're standing is like Times Square. Everybody, sometime or other, passes through Middleton.
Well, has he done business with you?
Well, that's privileged information. I'm on a par with minister or doctor.
Hector, we're serious.
Use my abominable first name. I know you are. Well, why wouldn't he? Do you know of any other food store in this fair and thriving enclave?
You haven't answered.
I think I have. But when? His wife says he hasn't left the house since he moved in. Well, what goes on here? What's this guy done? Is he one of the public enemies? Cut me in on the reward, huh?
All right. You've had your fun. Now, how does he get his food?
Well, you'll have to listen to a confession. I delivered it last night.
Delivered? And you're the guy.
I know. Middleton's policy is no deliveries. So I broke it for once. Go on. Drum me out of the profession. Naaman's recuperating from surgery, and I just didn't have the heart. Oh, that's that.
I suppose so.
Something bugging you?
Well, Yes and no.
Well, he's still weak, I told you.
You did, but it's queer anyway. I'm beginning to sound like Edna. Now I know it's time to go.
This is crazy, you know that?
One last try.
Get it through your head. We got a neighbor who doesn't want to be one. It's a free country.
Just once, and then we'll get a beer at my place, huh?
Huh? Satisfied?
Wait a second. Give him a...
You may enter.
Mr. Naaman?
It is my identity.
I'm Dave Powell, and this is Herb Cronheim.
Acknowledged.
No eyebrows are in the nose.
We thought we'd welcome you to Glenville.
It is customary to offer food. Regret none.
Yeah, but Middleton said he delivered yesterday.
Destroyed. Not necessary. Alien energy.
Oh, have you been ill? Is there something we can do?
Treatment successful. Physio-mental phase will congeal. Time.
Yeah. Well, it takes a while, even minor surgery.
Passage was difficult. Alteration required. Major.
Mr. Naaman, say, do you have a first name?
Identity. Naaman.
I'll bet you weren't born here, huh?
Verity. Compulsion.
Huh?
English isn't your native language, is it?
Strange. Compulsion.
What's he saying?
How should I know?
Trauma. Passage. Alteration. Compulsive verity.
May I ask where you're from?
Distant.
How far?
Your term. Years.
I don't follow.
Light years.
You believe it?
Why not?
It's a gag. You think he'd tell us if he was from...
Mr. Naaman, will you explain why you have all the lights on in your house?
Illumination. Nourishment.
Energy source. Passage aberration. Physician, therapy, illumination, time. I'm beginning to get it. He needs light like we need food. Maybe that's his food.
Physician. Sanguine. Therapy. Time. Precedent.
The doctors think that after a while he'll recover, that this hasn't happened before.
Let's get out of here.
Reclamation suspended. Restoration. Time.
Sleep. That's what he means. Something went cockeyed and his body requires no sleep.
Dave, I'm begging you. Come on.
Well, don't you realize what this... never mind. Naaman, listen, tell us where you came from. What planet? Tell us. Describe it.
Prohibited. Instruction.
Where? This galaxy?
Compulsion. Verity.
Naaman, we're friends. Trust us. We're friends. We understand.
Computation. Your term.
Figures translated into our system of numbers.
Verity. 17.
The lights. They're all off. The switch. Let's try it. Fuse must have gone. Overloaded. Lights are back on. Must have been the line in the...
Where's Naaman?
Really? He must be around here. Naaman! Oh, maybe he's in the kitchen.
Dave. He was standing right there. Look.
Huh? Oh.
Nothing there now but a pile of dust.
Naaman!
It was the only thing to do, Your Intelligence. I know, but it was not my error. This is the first time the transmission has not delivered a healthy specimen. Even the name he took was a reflection of his resentment about the transfer. Yes, a most antisocial attitude, Your Intelligence. Oh, I've already indicated that the speech relay is faulty. Most of all, he had a compulsion to tell the truth. I tried to explain that he must keep food in plain sight even if our metabolism does not require any. Business, Your Intelligence? It's terrible. Isn't that wonderful? We have 48 families in Glenville that no longer consume any food. It won't be long before Middleton's will be able to go out of business. Then the second step of the master plan can get underway.
Theater 5 has presented The Neighbor, written by Saul Panitz and directed by Warren Summerall. In the cast, Bryna Rayburn, Ralph Camargo, Felice Camargo, Lon Clark, and Louis Van Ruten. Audio engineer, Marty Foya. Sound technician, Blaney. Script editor, Jack C. Wilson. Original music by Alexander Vlastotsenko. Orchestra under the direction of Glenn Osser. Executive producer for Theater 5, Edward A. Byron. We invite your comments. Write to Theater 5, New York 23, New York. This is Fred Foy speaking.
That's it for this episode of The Horror. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find more from Theater 5 at relicradio.com alongside thousands of other old-time radio episodes, all the other Relic Radio podcasts, our Shoutcast stream with even more old-time radio and everything else we might have going on. If you'd like to help support this and all of the shows, you can do so by visiting donate.relicradio.com or clicking one of the links while you're on the website. Thanks to everyone who have helped out over the years, and thanks for joining me today. Be back next Saturday with another episode of The Horror.
Strange Tales.
RelicRadio.com presents tales of the strange and bizarre, the weird and the wicked. Stories not necessarily of the supernatural, but of the unnatural. Join us now for Strange Tales, featuring radio drama at its most mysterious and unusual. Welcome back to Strange Tales. Thanks for joining me this Sunday. We're going to hear from the mysterious traveler this week. A mutual series that debuted in December of 1943, aired for over 300 episodes until September of 1952. Used to air on Sundays at 7 p.m. Our story today aired March 24th, 1945. It's titled, Death Comes for Adolf Hitler.
Mysterious traveler.
This is the Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, and it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back. Get a good grip on your nerves and be comfortable, if you can. For tonight, we're going on the strangest journey we've taken yet. We're going down into the dark and fearsome depths of the sea to watch fate settle her accounts with the arch enemy of mankind. In a story I call Death Comes for Adolf Hitler. My story begins in the radio room of the American destroyer Spindrift, on patrol duty somewhere in the Atlantic. It is late at night. Chief radio man Mike Williams, headphones over his ears, is checking on the dozens of messages whispering through the ether. Beside Mike, his relief man Joe Norman is sitting back with his feet up, working a crossword puzzle and mournfully humming to himself.
I'll show me the way to go home. All the time I want to go to bed. I go to quarter mile.
Joe, cut it.
Huh? What is it, Mike?
Cut it, Joe, cut it. I'm getting something. You can just barely hear it.
Something right, Joe?
Wait, I'm getting it stronger now. There, it's clearer. Holy cow.
Hey, what is it?
It's a German sub. On the bottom and calling for help.
Ain't that something? Shall I notify the skipper?
No, nothing we can do. Must be hundreds of miles away. Get a pencil and put on those headphones. We'll take down the message, whatever it is.
Okay, I got a pencil here. Oh, that's the phone, isn't it? Are you kidding me? I can't hear a thing.
Of course I'm not kidding. I tell you, I had it just now, then I traded it out. Wait a minute. It's coming back in again.
Hello? Hello? This is Oberleutnant Reiner. The undersea boat Wolf. Listen to me. Anybody who may be picking up this message, please listen to me. There's nothing anybody can do to help us, but please listen anyway. Makes it easier if I can talk. Easier to face what is coming. Because we are doomed. We know it. Only yesterday afternoon, as we were cruising on the surface, recharging our batteries, we thought our mission was as good as accomplished. I was up on the conning tower with Captain Metz. With us was our passenger, our very special passenger who called himself Herr Schmidt. Of course, that was not his name, and we all know who he was.
A beautiful day, Herr Captain. Particularly gratifying after our long submersion.
Yes, Your Excellency. Pardon me, Herr Schmidt.
But we could take no chances on surfacing until we were safely past the area of Allied patrol. Of course not, Captain Metz. We must not take the slightest risk, as long as I am aboard. I am aware of that. Do not worry. You will reach your destination safely. I estimate that tomorrow midnight we will take our contact with the South American coast. And our journey will be over. Good. Understand, Herr Captain? No word of this trip must ever be breathed to the world, or yourself, or any other member of your crew. It is understood. You may rest assured. My crew is well trained. The world must not know or guess that back in the fatherland it is a devil who rules. We have lost, but I shall yet win. It would be disloyal of me to believe anything else, Herr Schmidt. South America, I will make my plans. The world will think me dead. Suicide, on the day Germany falls. But instead, I will be safely hidden, so I can direct our rebirth. Quite so. Our enemies will yet feel the might of my vengeance. I will return to lead my people to victory, however long it may take. Of course, Herr Schmidt.
Lifeboat, 3 points off the starboard bow. Lifeboat, 3 points to starboard.
Pitching and tossing on the waves ahead of us was a lifeboat. It was crowded with gaunt-faced, bearded men who watched us pull alongside with hostile eyes. A dozen yards from them, Captain Metz ordered the engine to stop. And then as our passenger looked on, his cloak pulled up to conceal his face, Captain Metz questioned the men in the lifeboat.
You're in the lifeboat. Who is in charge?
I am, bless your eyes.
What is your name? What ship? What cargo did you carry? What port were you cleared for?
Captain Peter Jensen of the Mountain, now at your service. We were a relief ship carrying food and medical supplies to Greece when one of your murdering undersea dogs torpedoed us.
That is all, Captain Jensen. You may pull away now. The nearest land is 300 miles due west of you.
I will pull away. Pull, men. Let's get where we can breathe air not contaminated by this scum.
And then, just as the lifeboat started to pull away, the wind unexpectedly ripped aside the cloak that our passenger was using to conceal his face. And in the lifeboat, Captain Peter Jensen, a burly giant of a man, recognized him.
Men, stop! Stop! You see that slinking rat in the shape of a man trying to hide his face? You know who that is? Take a good look at him so you can tell your children you've seen the murderer of mankind himself. The archdevil who really gave the orders that sent our comrades to the bottom.
I fear you have been recognized, Herr Schmidt.
Stop them! Turn your guns on them! Destroy their boat, Herr Commandant! No one must leave the report having seen me!
Very well, Herr Schmidt. Forward gun, prepare to fire.
Forward gun, ready to fire.
Give him 2 rounds. Forward gun, fire.
Forward gun, fire. You filthy murdering dogs! So you're going to murder us too? You there on the bridge, listen to me. Every one of us will be waiting for you when your time comes. All of us think you hounds and jackals have murdered. We'll be waiting for you, every one of us. We'll be waiting for you, and someday we'll get you. Remember that? Someday we'll get you. Ha!
They are gone? Yes, we have finished them. There will be no eyewitnesses to tell of seeing you aboard a submarine in these waters, Herr Schmidt.
It's good. Well, never know. If I had left Germany, but never guess. The whole future, the fatherland. What is that sound?
Bomber. Patrol bombers coming this way. Get below at once. We are going to submerge.
We made a crash dive into the depths of the ocean. A few bombs exploded, but far away. Patrol planes were too late. Captain Jensen gave the necessary orders while our illustrious peasant looked on, his face pale, drops of sweat on his brow.
What is our depth now, Muller?
75 feet, sir.
Good. Then we should...
The pump! They're coming closer!
Oh, they have lost us. They are bombing at random now. Yes, we are safe now. Depth, Muller.
90 feet, sir.
90 is good enough. Level her.
Level her, sir.
We will take course 180 and... Level her, I said. We are still making a 5-degree dive.
The leveling planes do not respond, sir. We are damaged! The bomb cliff damaged, sir!
Impossible. Not one of those bombs was close enough to break an egg. Muller, our depth.
100 feet, sir.
Lieutenant Ryder, order half speed ahead.
Half speed ahead?
Shift to hand operation of the diving plane.
Hand operation of the diving plane, sir.
Now level her.
Level her, sir.
Well, what's the matter?
Captain, the operating wheel. It will not turn. That's right.
Diving planes must be jammed, sir.
They will not move. Not at all. Captain, miss! I demand that you rise to the surface. Something is wrong. Am I safe?
Silence. I am captain of this vessel, and I am giving the orders. Very well. Our leveling planes are jammed. We will surface and clear them. Miller, depth.
120 feet, sir.
Stop, Major. Load the forward ballast tank.
Load the forward ballast tank, sir.
Now our bow is coming up. We are leveling off, sir. Hold her as she is.
Hold her as she is, sir.
Muller.
Yeah, Major.
How fast are we going up?
We are not rising at all, sir.
Not rising?
No.
With the motors off, we must be.
We should be. But we are still descending. It's about 20 feet a minute, Captain. Captain, I demand to know what's wrong. I order you, take me to the surface.
I am just as interested in reaching the surface as you are, Herr Schmidt. Load the main ballast tank until we start to rise.
Load the main ballast tank until we start to rise. For 1 hour we struggled to reach the surface, but without success. We still continued paddling to the bottom. It was unreal, unbelievable, impossible. and the big feet loud. The luckiest peasant here raved and ranted at Jim Mitz, screeching about his safety until Mitz ordered him to escape another pig prank there. We continued with our efforts to raise the submarine to the surface until abruptly Seaman Muller cried a warning.
Captain Mitz, there are destroyers aboard. Destroyers? Two of them. I just picked them up on the phone. They seem to be circling. Silence the motors. Stop all pumps. Destroyers, eh? Lieutenant Reiner. Yes, sir? What depth does the chart show? Depth? 50 fathoms with gravel bottom, sir. But there's a fault in the ocean there just east of our position. A crevice, 1,000 feet deep, sir. We are safely beyond that. Mother, our depth? 200 feet, sir. Our rate of descent? 10 feet a minute, sir. But our main tanks are empty, sir. We should be going up, not down. Nevertheless, we are going down. And as long as we are, we will bottom and lie quiet until the destroyers leave. Then we will surface for repairs. Mother. Yes. What are the destroyers doing? They seem to be still circling, sir. Perhaps they are trying to pick us up when they detect us. We must see that they fail. Our depth? 220 feet, sir. It's almost as if... As if what? Nothing, sir. Go on. As if what? Excuse me, sir. I was going to say as if something was pulling us down. Ah, but you thought better of saying it. Yeah. See that you continue to think better of such remarks. The same applies to everyone on board. Lieutenant Reiner. Yes, sir? We will bottom in exactly 7 minutes. Prepare to make an inspection of the ship when we do. Lieutenant Reiner, I have finished the inspection, sir. And your report? Everything is in perfect order, sir. There are no leaks. The batteries are fully charged. All motors in working order. All pumps operating. Then obviously there's no reason why, when we choose to surface, we should not do so. No, sir. Muller, what about the bloodhounds who are trying to sniff us out on the surface? Those destroyers. I have heard no propeller sound for 20 minutes, sir. Then we will surface. Load the auxiliary tank.
Load the auxiliary tank, sir. All remaining auxiliary tanks are empty, sir.
All tanks empty? Captain, your pardon, do you hear? They have blown all our tanks and they have not risen at all. I am well aware of it, Lieutenant Reiner. You take me for an imbecile? No, sir. Of course not, sir. It is so that it is impossible, sir. Since it is so, it must be possible. Obviously, we are stuck in a mud bottom. But the bottom here is gravel, sir. The chart? Yes, sir. The chart is wrong. I say it is mud, do you hear? Yes, sir. Mud, sir. So we shall have to use our motors to pull ourselves free. Signal full speed ahead. Yes, sir. Full speed ahead. They are not moving, sir. Now what is it? Why have the fools cut the motors? Excuse me, sir. Engine room reporting. Yes? What is it? Well, what have the idiots to say for themselves? They say the propeller is fouled. Fouled? How could it be fouled? It is impossible for it to become fouled on this bottom. Yes, sir. They say it is not entirely fouled. It will turn, but only very slowly. As if what? Well, sir, they say it turns as if something were holding it, trying to keep it from revolving. The fools. When we get back to our base, I shall court-martial every man aboard. Perhaps the propeller is tangled on seaweed. That is all. In that case, we may be able to reverse and free it. Full speed astern. Full speed astern. Well, now what? Your pardon. The engine room reports the propeller is still fouled, sir. It behaves as it did before. It turns, but as if something is holding it back. And to think that I, Hans Ludwig von Metz, thought I had the finest submarine crew in the world. A brainless pack of idiots who become stuck in the mud on the bottom and they go to pieces like old women. Now listen to me, all of you. The next man who shows... Captain Metz. Herr Schmidt. I trust you have not been lying. Everything is quite under control.
My captain, I've been hearing sounds from outside the submarine.
Sounds? What kind of sounds?
Scratching sounds, tappings on the metal.
It sounded as if someone is trying to get into the submarine. My dear Herr Schmidt, you've had nothing except the noises made, perhaps by pebbles being swept against our sides by the current. That is all.
But I tell you, it sounds like hands rapping and tapping, scraping at the hull, trying to get in. Why are we staying down here in the bottom? Surface at once, you hear me? I order you surface at once.
Let your excellencies what I am about to do. Now, all respect, may I suggest that you return to your cabin. Your presence here may impede our efforts.
Very well, Captain. But see that you take me to the surface at once.
Have no fear. Lieutenant Reiner, perhaps you will assist Herr Schmidt to his cabin.
Yes, sir. Certainly. If I may open the door for your excellency.
Captain Nitz.
Well, what is it?
Captain, we hear them too. Sounds coming from outside our hull.
I hear no sound.
Captain, I can hear them now. Quite plainly. On my detector phones. It's not possible to identify them, but they sound as if many people were climbing up our sides and...
There. Perhaps that will bring you to your senses. Listen to me, all of you. Temporarily, we are stuck in the mud. The current is sweeping debris or pebbles against us. You are all acting like children who think they see a ghost in a graveyard. In an hour, we shall be on the surface. You have my word for it. To get free from the mud, I shall fill the bow tanks, then blow them and fill the stern tanks. We shall seesaw ourselves loose. Do you all understand my scheme?
Captain.
Very good. Flood the forward ballast tanks.
Flood the forward ballast tank, sir.
Captain Nitz. Yes, Lieutenant Reiner?
The main pumps are again operating, sir. The failure was caused by Hans Jäger.
Jäger? How?
He went crazy, committed suicide by grabbing the poles of the main switch. The short circuit electrocuted him, blew out the fuses.
Jäger was always a fool. How have the others reacted to his death?
Very badly, sir. They are very nervous.
Nervous, are they?
Yes, sir. That scraping and scratching outside our hull has affected them, sir. It stopped for now, but the crew says that it's just because they are planning something else.
They? Who do you mean by they?
The crew says, sir, that there are hundreds of men in the water outside trying to get in at us. Dead men, sir.
Lieutenant Reiner, do you wish me to place you under arrest?
No, sir. I'm just trying to explain the state of the mind of the crew, sir. In spite of all our efforts, they are still on the bottom, and the men are getting very jumpy, sir.
I shall have to teach them a lesson they will not forget. They are taking their cue from our illustrious passenger, of course. If he had not come out here with his ranting and raving... Never mind that. He's quiet now. I gave him whiskey with a sedative in it.
Your pardon, Captain. If I may make a suggestion...
Well, what is it?
There is one thing they have not tried.
Huh?
They have to try it, sir. Discharge our torpedoes.
Discharge our torpedoes? A submarine without torpedoes, Lieutenant, is no more use than an airplane without wings.
But we must, sir. They have 10 torpedoes aboard. 25,000 pounds of dead weight. Get rid of that, and we have to rise. We have to.
I see you are beginning to share the hysteria of the crew. When we return to our base, I shall not fail to include that fact in my report. However, I accept your suggestion. Order the discharge of our torpedoes to begin at once.
Yes, sir. At once.
Discharging our torpedoes. 2, 3, 4. Then the submarine moved, but not upward. To my horror, as I watched the instruments, we began to move downward. 50 feet, 60 feet we slid, as if sliding down a slope on the ocean bottom. After we had fired 6 torpedoes, we were actually 100 feet deeper than we had been. Then the firing stopped. I went forward to find out what was wrong.
It's no use. I tell you, it's no use. We are going down, Adolf. Down.
Yeah. What? What's going on here? What are you men mumbling about? Why did not discharge the rest of the torpedoes?
You know what is going on here, Herr Lieutenant. We have fired 6 torpedoes to lighten ship, and what has happened? We are sinking deeper.
He is lying.
Yes, we are going deeper. Our planes will not stand it. We shall be crushed, drowned like rats in a trap.
We are not going deeper. We have come to a stop already. Even if we should slide a little further, we still have a margin of safety of at least 100 feet. The very fact we have moved proves we are breaking free from the mud.
No, it is not true. We are not stuck in the mud. We are not.
That man? No more of that.
No more of that. Why should I? Be quiet. We all know we are not at any much. We all know our tanks are empty and we should have been on the surface long ago. We all know why our propellers will not turn, and we all know why we cannot rise through. Because we are being held down. We are being held down by 1,000 dead men who are crawling all over us, scratching at our plates, trying to get in. They have come from all over the 7 seas just to hold us down, just to see we do not get away. Listen to them. Listen. You can hear them now. Listen.
What nonsense. Hartman, come to your senses. It's only our planes groaning under pressure.
That is not true. You know better. We all know better. Who dragged us down here to the bottom? Whose hands are keeping our propellers from turning? Whose bodies jammed our diving planes? Whose weight is keeping us on the bottom? The deck.
Hartman, I order you to be quiet.
It is too late for orders. There is only one way we can escape. That is to give the ones outside the man they want. They want our passenger, the one who calls himself Herr Schmidt. We all know who he is, and so do they. And they have come to get him.
Hartman, you are under arrest.
Listen, all of you. Let us get this Herr Schmidt with his funny mustache. Put him in a torpedo tube and send him out to the deck, outside. Let them have him. Then they will let us go free. It is our only hope.
Hartman.
Get the net.
I heard your interesting little speech just now. And this is my answer. Does anyone else want the same medicine to bring him to his senses? And to your stations. Lieutenant Reiner, continue to discharge our torpedoes.
That was 4 hours ago. We have discharged all our torpedoes, and we are still on the bottom. Every few minutes we slip a little closer to the 1,000-foot chasm in the seabed. Very soon, inevitably, we will slip over the edge right into it. The whole submarine is filled with a great rustling, scratching, as though thousands of hands were clawing at it, tugging at it, pulling it toward that chasm. The crew truly believes that we are being slowly but surely dragged toward it by the dead. By the thousands of dead who have gathered outside, drawn here by their hatred for our passenger. A hatred which is so great even death cannot quench it. I don't know. Perhaps they are right. Certainly our passenger believes it himself. He's in the next cabin. Captain Metz has locked him in. Perhaps if I hold his microphone into which I'm speaking close to the bulkhead, you can hear him. Coming on, Metz. Do something. I order you to do something. They're outside. They're blowing at the fires to get at me. Captain, I order you to save me. I order you to. You must. You cannot let me die. Oh, that is enough. It makes an unlovely spectacle our passenger as death approaches. As for me, I have locked myself in the radio room here after sending the radio man away. Though no one can save us, there is still some comfort in knowing that somewhere some human ear is hearing me. At least I do not feel so much alone down here at the bottom of the sea. Another lurch then. It is truly as if many hands were remorselessly pulling us towards our doom. Yet when one is hated as our illustrious passenger is hated by hundreds of millions of the living and tens of millions of the slain, well, who can tell? I do not know, but I do know this. a moment ago, a sharp tapping came on our hull, as if someone was tapping against it with a rock. Oh, if you may say it was the submarine sliding over rocks on the bottom. But listen to me, and listen carefully. This is the truth. That tapping was in the international code. It was a message. A message from someone outside our submarine at a depth of 400 feet. What does it say? Another alert. Now we are sinking fast. In a moment, our hull will cave in like an eggshell. But first, I must tell you the message. I do not ask you to believe me, but the message was this. We are waiting for you, Adolf Hitler. We are waiting.
This is the mysterious traveler again. Is that the true story of the death of the world's arch enemy, Adolf Hitler? I do not know, so I cannot tell you. The man who told it to me, perhaps he was joking. You can say. You must make up your own mind. But it is interesting to think about, isn't it? Yes, very interesting. It reminds me of another strange story I heard recently. Oh, you're getting off at the next stop. I'm sorry. But perhaps we'll meet again soon. I take this same train every week at this time.
You have just heard Chapter 66 of The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. In tonight's story, death comes for Adolf Hitler. Tony Barrett played Lieutenant Reiner, Philip Clark played Captain Metz, and Lon Clark played Adolf Hitler. The Mysterious Traveler is written by Bob Arthur and David Cogan, and original music is played by Henry Silverne. The entire production is under the direction of Jock McGregor. Listen next week to a tale titled Murder Goes Free. Another tale of the mysterious traveler. The Mysterious Traveler is presented by WOR Mutual. This is Mutual.
That's our Strange Tale for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. You can find more from The Mysterious Traveler at relicradio.com alongside Strange Tales, all the other podcasts, and thousands of other old-time radio episodes, all available for free thanks to your support. If you'd like to help this and all of the shows, visit donate.relicradio.com or click on one of the links on the website. Your support has brought us 14 years of Relic Radio. This is our 15th year. If you'd like to help out, please do. Thank you, as always, to those who have. Thanks for joining me this week. Be back next Sunday with another episode of Relic Radio's Strange Tales.